When you're taking trades as an options trader, one of the most important factors to keep in mind is going to be VIX, which is your volatility indicator. This also helps us gauge if there's enough fear in the market or if there's less fear in the market. Higher fear is going to cause a market sell-off. Lower fear is going to cause the market to go higher. Now, how does this impact our option premium? This is what we're going to cover in today's video. As you guys know, with options, we have something called the Greeks. Greeks impact how the option premiums move. Now, out of those Greeks, there's going to be one specific Greek which is going to be correlated directly with the VIX, which is called Vega. Now, as VIX changes or the overall implied volatility changes, you have a change in option premiums. So before we jump into that, first I want to show you guys some of the important key levels that you should mark on your VIX chart and why they're important. We'll break it down. So this is the VIX chart, and as you guys can see, I have 3 levels. Now these are not your support and resistance or your supply and demand levels. Now these are just levels for you to understand if the price of VIX is above or below a certain level, it means completely different things for the market. We have the level at 20. We have the level around 24, and then we have a level at 28. And each one of these levels represent different meaning for the market. And then I'll explain exactly how they're correlated with option premiums. So anytime VIX is under 20, that pretty much indicates that there is less fear in the market. So overall pricing off the option premiums for the stocks that you usually trade, they're going to be priced at a very decent premium, meaning they're not going to be overpriced. They're going to be priced just perfectly because there's no fear in the market. Once VIX goes over 20, that indicates that there's more volatility in the market. Volatility is starting to rise. We're not so sure of which direction market is going to go because there might be some event happening outside, such as economic event, some world health event that might be causing the VIX to spike, which might be leading it towards higher fear. So anywhere between 20 to 24 means that we need to start trading more cautiously. Once we cross that 24 level, this means now the fear is starting to get more and more into the market. And usually when fear gets higher in the market, you usually see SPY and overall stock market pulling back, pulling on the downside. Once we get above 30, this is a fearful market, meaning you're going to see option premiums priced much higher than they were when VIX was under 20. Now, you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with the option premium pricing, right? Why would the pricing of premiums be higher when we're over 24 or 28 price point? What significance does it have? In options, you have an option buyer and you have an option seller. When you're buying any option contract, be it calls or puts, the most amount of money that you can actually lose is going to be the amount that you risk. So if you're buying a call for $1, if you don't do anything by the expiration, that's the most you're going to lose. If you buy a put contract for $1, same exact thing. If it goes to expiration, you don't do anything, you only lose $1. Now, who's taking the biggest risk here, right? Obviously not you as the buyer. So the biggest risk falls on the seller of option contracts. So because the seller is going to take higher risk, and as market gets more volatile, inconsistent, we don't know which direction market's going to go because it might be moving based on Trump's comment or the Fed's comment or any big major health issue such as when we had COVID. That is going to be the biggest cause of that rise in VIX, which in return, because there's higher risk in the market, because again, market's going to bring more volatility in, the risk falls on the seller of options. So I'll give you guys a scenario. Let's say you have an option contract, which under 20 at the money, we're going to compare it for every Monday. The only thing that's going to be changing is where VIX is. So let's say the VIX contract is under $20, right? So it's here. And the contract price for any stock, let's just say Apple, is $1, right? When it goes above 20 to between 20 and 24, that same $1 contract, right? We're just assuming nothing else changes. Only thing changing is VIX just spiking up. Price of the stock stays absolutely the same. We're looking at the same exact strike price. Once it gets in between 20 to 24, depending on how aggressively it spikes, that $1 contract might be priced at $1.50. So now you're paying 50 cents more for the same exact contract, same exact return. Nothing changes besides the cost of the contract. Let's say you have premiums go above 25 or 24. That same contract, which is $1, is now going to be priced at $2. Right? Keep in mind, your delta stays the same. Your return on that contract is not going to change. Meaning, if you were trading for $1, let's say the stock moved $1, you made 50 cents. Now, because you're paying $2, right, does not mean that 50 cents is going to change and you're going to make $1 now. No, it stays absolutely the same. Because there's more fear, the only thing that gets added on to that is that higher volatility is going to cause this premium value to go up. And what it changes in option contracts is going to be the extrinsic value of the contract. Now, let's say we're over 28. That same exact contract is going to be now valued anywhere between $2.50 to $3. Now, I'm being very modest here with the raise of option contract pricing, but it can sometimes, depending on how aggressively VIX moves, it can cause the option contracts to be more aggressive. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure you guys are probably thinking, well, that means calls are gonna go up or puts are gonna go up, right? The answer to that question is both of them actually go up in value, right? So if the actual value of put contracts is $1, VIX goes up, it's going to cause the rise of put option contracts as well, not just the calls. Even though the stock market could be selling off, calls might hold value a little bit better because value of the contracts are going up. That doesn't mean that you're not going to lose any money. We're just talking theoretically. That's how it impacts both sides of the option contract, calls and puts. How does this impact us on a day-to-day basis, right? So I'm going to show you guys side by side between this and SPY, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys trade SPY and SPX. SPX, SPY, this has been one of the I guess the hottest stock that everybody wants to learn how to trade, especially 0DTE. So I'm gonna show you guys what happens when we have these aggressive moves. All right, so you guys can see this is the 212 and this is 212, right? So what happens when you have this aggressive drop? You have SPY going from 695 all the way down to 684 and change, or 683. Let's just say 683, right? On the other side, VIX is going from 17.5 to 20.50, pretty much going from less fear to higher fear zone. So what happens here is one of the biggest reasons why I like to trade the downside way more and more aggressively than the upside. Let's just say we're taking into account everything we've learned about options, or everything you've known about options, is for every dollar move, you make 20 cents or 30 cents or 40 cents, depending on your strike selection, all right? You go from 694, you take a short position all the way to 686. So let's say, theoretically speaking, you make $3 on those contracts. So you get in at $2, you close that contract at $5, right? Theoretically, when the stock price moves up, based on that calculation, you should make around the same amount. Now, my numbers might be off. I'm just using this as an example. So don't hold me down. Hey, 50 cents might be not that much, but we're just going to use that as an example of how this really impacts our position. So when you're trading puts, what's happening is, let's say you're making that $3, theoretically speaking, learning again everything that you've known about the Greek, that $3 increases to anywhere between $4 to $5, depending on how aggressively this is going up. Because remember, this is causing the value of fear to go higher, which is going to in return cause option premiums to increase. So when you're taking puts here, you're getting that 50 cents, 40 cents, whatever your delta is, plus you're getting on that inflated implied volatility, which is impacting your premium. So you might be getting 50 cents from there, and then another 20, 30, whatever the Vega is, added onto those premiums. So if you typically, let's say, make 50% on a trade like this, when it's selling off and VIX is going up, that 50% right away goes to 80%, sometimes 100% for that same amount of move. So when you catch these type of moves, you're gonna see that premiums just go absolutely nuts. And this is why I think options are better than futures. Whole different topic. I'm kind of curious to know how many of you guys trade futures and what do you think? Do you think options are actually better than futures, or do you think futures are better? So getting back to this, when you see this, right, this is great, right? If you're on the right side, your inputs, VIX is rising, this is most probably going to give you the best return, because now you're riding low VIX into a high VIX, which is causing your put premiums to increase in value, also getting that 40-50 cents from the delta added onto your premiums as well. Now here's where it gets interesting, right? Where most people mess up is when the next day, right, SPY tries to bounce from something like this, VIX is already inflated, obviously, right? Because remember, we wrote it up. Coming back down, if price action is not clean, right? If it's not giving you aggressive candles, this is going to be taking away from your premiums. So using that same formula, let's say you're making 50 cents on each $1 move in your favor. For calls, when this is coming back down, that VIX is going to be taking away from that 50 cents. So let's say your Vega is 20 cents, implied volatility or volatility is taking a hit. You might be losing 20 to 30 cents from that 50 cents. So what's happening is, as the stock price is moving higher and higher, even though you're supposed to be making 50 cents, which gets added onto your premiums, you're also taking out that 20 to 30 cents because VIX is taking a hit, it's pulling back. And that's why I tell every single one of my students in the Discord or in Circle or in the in-person class, when you have an aggressive move like this the following day, try to avoid taking your first trade at the open or the first 30 minutes. Use that first 30 minutes to understand how the price action is, how the VIX is impacting the premiums. Because if it's a slow move into the upside and you're trying to go long and VIX is pulling back very aggressively, guess what? You're wasting your time, because your risk to reward ratio is going to be completely off. When you're right, you're going to be making 20 cents versus 50 cents. But when you're wrong, you're actually going to be losing more than just 20 cents that you've made. You're probably going to be losing 50 cents. So at that point, your risk to reward is completely off. Now, this doesn't typically happen every single day. Majority of the time, this is going to happen when you have that aggressive sell-off. When that aggressive sell-off happens, this is where you'll see VIX being very aggressive. A good example is today. Today is April 8th. So to give you guys some reference, we were in war with Iran and we came to a deal yesterday, and that caused VIX, which was almost at 28, gap down to 20.5, and we sold off a little bit. That sell-off actually caused the premiums to obviously rise because VIX is going up. But during this phase, if we had continued, premiums wouldn't have paid us that great, because we had that adjustment happen going from one major zone into a new zone, right? We went from high fear into less volatile, less fear. And if we cross under 20 going into next week, it's going to put us back into the normal range of fear, and premiums are going to be back to normal. During this time, the last couple of weeks, that VIX has been above 24. If you guys go and look, SPX premiums have been priced around $20 to $30, sometimes even $40. So during this time, SPX is going to pay you exactly the same way that it's been paying the last 2-3 weeks. But because the premiums are priced higher, your risk to reward ratio is not going to be all there. So when you guys are looking at VIX, guys, especially if you're an options trader, this is very important to see where VIX is at. You don't have to pay attention to this throughout the whole day, but once you see an aggressive move, especially to the downside, mentally be prepared that when there is a reversal, could be that day, could be the next day, you have to pay attention to those longs, those calls. If those calls are not moving that great, if the candles on SPY or anything that you're trading on that week expiration is not aggressive, the return is not going to be that great. I hope this video was helpful. Comment below what other topics I should cover, and I'll see you guys in the next video.